Hello and welcome. In this episode we have a nice example of Fiat X1 designed by Bertone. It was manufactured from 1970s up to 1990s. The X1 is actually not his name, it's a production number, model number, let's say like that, which X1 stands for a passenger car and 9 would be a, let's say, number of car that was produced in line, so that making this number 9 of a passenger car with that number. This car, when it came out 1970s, it had a 1.3 engine, McPherson struts all around, 4-speed gearbox. It was a little bit underpowered, but with small amount of weight, it cornered excellent. So people liked it because of that. Now this car was produced by Bertone from 80s to 90s because Fiat gave up. And in 90s, Toyota MR2 came out and basically killed this car. Abarth also took this car and made a couple of versions of it for a rally. I think it was Group 5 or something like that. And as you can see today, this car still has a nice shape to be looked at it, because back in the time, most of the cars were blockish or round, and this car with its wedge-shaped body, it actually created a lot of attention from people. Also, it's good to know that this car was between the first car that actually regular people could afford, comparing to the more expensive cars. So you had a Targa top that could be removed, hard top that could be removed, pop-up headlights, mid-engine layout, excellent weight distribution. Like I said, suspension, McPherson suspension front and rear. And later, during 80s, when they introduced 1.5 engine, it gained a little bit more power, so it was nice and nimble car to drive. Now, the engine was designed by a Ferrari designer of engines, Aurelio Lampredi. I think I pronounced that correctly. He was working at Ferrari at the time and just passed on to the Fiat because they were close by companies back then. And this car was actually the first one that was made with, let's say, ugly bumpers that were made because of the US market, which they were sticking a lot up front. They're not now on the car, but that was the only ugly thing on this car. And since it was widely, let's say, cheap to buy, it sold in America around 150,000 plus cars. So you can imagine yourself, Targa top, sunglasses, pop-up lights, enjoying the sunshine. It was really, really nice car back in the days. Now when the car came to our workshop, it had a little bit of patching work to do, nothing major, around the front windshield, in the back a little bit patches on a roof, but generally the car was in really, really good condition, which is rare to find this. They tend to rotten. That's why they joke around for Fiat fixing again tomorrow. They tend to rot a lot. So I believe this is one of the better examples on the Irish market that we have. So we did a nice paint job back to original paint, which is black with a little bit of a silver pearl inside. The engine boot lid is going into the matte black paint. There's some dressing need to be done around the engine to make it a little bit more appealing. The whole underbody is protected by the owner, and the final process that is left is assembly and back on the road.